Margaret de Bohun, Countess of Devon, was the granddaughter of King Edward I and Eleanor of Castile, and the wife of Hugh Courtenay, 10th Earl of Devon. Her 13 children included an Archbishop of Canterbury and 6 knights, of whom 2 were founder knights of the Order of the Garter. Unlike most women of her day, she received a classical education and was a lifelong scholar and collector of books. Early life. Lady Margaret de Bohun was born on 3 April 1311 at Caldercote, Northamptonshire, the third daughter and 7th child of Humphrey de Bohun, 4th Earl of Hereford, Lord Constable of England by his wife Elizabeth of Rhuddlan, the youngest daughter of King Edward I and Eleanor of Castile. Her paternal grandparents were Humphrey de Bohun, 3rd Earl of Hereford, and Maud de Fiennes. She was named after her maternal step-mother, Margaret of France, the second Queen Consort of Edward I. Margaret was left an orphan shortly before her 11th birthday. On 16 March 1322 at the Battle of Boroughbridge, her father was slain in an ambush by the Welsh. Her mother had died 6 years previously in childbirth. Together with her siblings, she received a classical education under a Sicilian Greek master, Diogenes. As a result, Margaret became a lifelong scholar and avid book collector. On the 11th of August 1325, at the age of 14, Lady Margaret married Hugh de Courtenay, the future 10th Earl of Devon, to whom she had been betrothed since the 27th of September 1314. Her dowry included the manor of Powdram near Exeter. The marriage agreement was formally made on 28 February 1315, when she was not quite 4 years old. The first Earl of Devon promised that upon the marriage he would enfoff his son and Margaret jointly with 400 marks worth of land, assessed at its true value, and in a suitable place. Margaret assumed the title of Countess of Devon on 23 December 1340. Her eldest brother John de Bohun succeeded as 5th Earl of Hereford in 1326, having married Alice Fitzalan, daughter of the 9th Earl of Arundel, in 1325. She had a younger brother, William de Bohun, who was created 1st Earl of Northampton in 1337 by King Edward III. He married Elizabeth de Badlesmere, by whom he had 2 children. Margaret's elder sister, Lady Eleanor de Bohun, married in 1327 her first husband, James Butler, 1st Earl of Ormond. They were the ancestors of Anne Boleyn and Catherine Parr. Hugh and Margaret had 13 children, most of whom reached adulthood. The descendants include members of the British royal family and former British Prime Minister, Sir Winston Churchill. The family chantry was expanded at Nish Priory in the family's manor of Coker in Somerset, at the end of the 14th century, when it was owned by her most notable son, William Courtenay, Archbishop of Canterbury. Margaret died on 16 December 1391 at the age of 80. She is buried in Exeter Cathedral. Marriage and issue. On the 11th of August 1325, in accordance with a marriage agreement dated the 27th of September 1314, she married Hugh Courtenay, 10th Earl of Devon, by whom she had 8 sons and 5 daughters. Sir Hugh Courtenay, K.G., eldest son and heir, who died shortly before Easter term 1348, having predeceased his father. He married, before the 3rd of September 1341, Elizabeth de Vere, daughter of John de Vere, 7th Earl of Oxford, and Maud de Badlesmere, daughter of Bartholomew de Badlesmere, 1st Baron Badlesmere, by whom he had an only son, Hugh Courtenay, 3rd Baron Courtenay. After the death of Sir Hugh Courtenay, his widow, Elizabeth, married successively John de Mowbray, 3rd Baron Mowbray, and Sir William de Cossington. Thomas Courtenay, Canon of Crediton and Exeter and MP for Devon in 1377. Sir Edward Courtenay, who was born about 1331 at Hackham, Devon, and died between the 2nd of February 1368 and the 1st of April 1371, having predeceased his father. He married Emmeline Dorney, daughter and heiress of Sir John Dorney of Mudford Terry, Somerset, and had issue. Edward Courtenay, 11th Earl of Devon, who married Maud Camoys. The earldom remained in the descendants until the great-grandson, Thomas Courtenay, 14th Earl of Devon, was beheaded at York on 3 April 1461 after the Battle of Towton, dying without issue. All his honours were forfeited by attainder, and the earldom eventually passed, after a brief period of confusion during the Wars of the Roses, by a new creation in 1485 to Edward Courtenay, 1st Earl of Devon, the grandson of Sir Hugh Courtenay of Hackham and Bampton, brother of the 11th Earl. Sir Hugh Courtenay of Hackham and Bampton, whose grandson was Edward Courtenay, 1st Earl of Devon. Robert Courtenay, William Courtenay, Archbishop of Canterbury, Sir Philip Courtenay, K.G., of Powderham, who married Anne Wake, daughter of Sir Thomas Wake, by Alice Patershall, daughter of Sir John de Patershall. Sir Peter Courtenay, K.G., of Hardington Mandeville, Somerset, who married Margaret Cliveden, widow of Sir John de Sallow, and daughter and heiress of John de Cliveden. Humphrey Courtenay, who died young without issue. Margaret Courtenay, who married John de Cobham, 3rd Baron Cobham. Elizabeth Courtenay, who married firstly Sir John de Vere of Whitchurch, Buckinghamshire, eldest son and heir apparent of John de Vere, 7th Earl of Oxford, by Maud de Badlesmere, and secondly, Sir Andrew Luttrell of Chilton in Thorverton, Devon. Catherine Courtenay, who married, before the 18th of October 1353, Thomas Engane, 2nd Baron Engane, by whom she had no issue. Anne Courtenay, Joan Courtenay, who married, before 1367, Sir John Cheverston, by whom she had no issue. Ancestry.